Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Well, today I bought one of my favourite cars of all time. It's a 2011 Nissan Juke. Lovely stuff. That's a joke, by the way. I hate them. But I'm obviously in the minority here because they're very popular cars. You see them everywhere you go. Anyway, I've got to put my opinions to one side and remember that I'm a car dealer, so I need to buy cars which I think will sell. I often compare myself to a shopkeeper. A shopkeeper wouldn't necessarily like every single product that they sell, but they still stock them anyway because they know they sell. We're all different, aren't we? And this is very much the same thing, and I think there's some profit in this. I've paid just £2,000 for it, which on the face of it seems very cheap. I'm pretty sure it's a £4,000 car retail. I don't want to get carried away though, because I haven't actually seen it yet. I've only had a description, but the description sounded all right. So I'm thinking if I can keep my spend to around £500, there should be a profit margin of around £1,500. I'm guessing it'll need a good clean because all Nissan Jukes I've ever had all look the same. They're always very grubby and they've never had a clean since the day they left the showroom. I'm guessing it'll need a service as well because all Nissan Jukes I've ever touched have always been overdue by 2 or 3 years. That's usually down to the fact that Nissan Jukes are bought by people who aren't necessarily car enthusiasts. They're just bought by people who need transport, so they don't know how to maintain them and look after them. Hence, they're usually in a state of neglect. I'm hoping though, this is a 2011 61, so it's a late 2011. I might be able to catch it just in time. Who knows, I might jump in it and think, what a nice car this is. I might sell my Range Rover and just keep this. Let's go and have a look, shall we? Well, we're here. Looks like a typical 12-year-old Juke, really. i.e. needs a very good clean, and the front wheels are covered in brake dust, like it's never had a wash. That is your standard Juke. But it does look quite straight on the body. The near side front tyre looks a little bit low. I think there's some profit in that. Saying that, I haven't driven it yet. It's a car from Scotland. We've got an SA reg. Ah, Mouslow. Mouslow are a local car dealer. I know them quite well, actually. They must have sold it to the previous owner. Right. I was going to say it's black, but it's not really black. It's almost like a... When the sun hits it, it is kind of browny. Or almost like a... I don't know, a bit of a strange colour that. That's not unusual for a Nissan. They're often kind of weird colours. Right, as always, I'm going to check it out using Car Vertical. Now, before you hand over any money, it's really important that you do one of these vehicle history checks. It's really easy to use. All you do is go to carvertical.com, type in the vehicle reg. In this case, it's Sierra Alpha 61 Yankee Tango Mike. And there we go. It's currently checking millions of cars across dozens of countries' databases. I really need to buy a shorter lead. I got caught short one time and had to buy a emergency lead from a petrol station, and I got a 3-metre long one. You ever seen something so ridiculous? I could plug it in next to my bed. This report will tell us whether it's ever been stolen, written off, had a mileage rollback, or got outstanding finance on it. It isn't expensive to do, and it's cheaper still if you use my promo code HIGHPEAK. Either type in the promo code or click the link below in the video description and you'll get 10% off each and every vehicle check that you do. We're nearly there now. I recently went to the Car Vertical offices over in Vilnius, and how they gather all this information is just mind-blowing. It takes maybe 3 or 4 minutes to gather all this information, but they get it from everywhere. Right, and it's done. So, it's never had a mileage rollback, never been stolen, never been involved in any accidents, and there's no outstanding finance, so we're all clear there. It was manufactured in 2011, it's had a plate change, inspection, it had an ownership change in 2017. That, I think, then is the last time it changed owners. Has it got an MOT on it then? So it was MOT'd in May last year, so it runs out next month. There was only one advisory item, which was front brakes imbalanced, requirements only just met. It would appear that the braking system requires adjustment or repair. Right, perhaps a brake fluid service, new disc and pads. I don't know, we'll have to let my mechanics see. But that's it. That's unusual really for a 12-year-old Juke. The mileage at the last MOT was 103,000 miles. So it's done around 5,000 miles a year, so it should be on around 107, 8, 9. This is interesting. The approximate market value of this vehicle when the seller's a company is £4,400. I think my £2,000 was pretty shrewd. If I give this a service, MOT, a good clean, buff the headlamps. I don't need to change the reg plates because they're all right. It might need a couple of tyres. And there might be a couple of grand profit in this. It might even change my opinion on the Nissan Juke. Who knows? So it is a 2011 F15 Juke, that's the model, and it is a 1.6 petrol. Right. I think they're a chain-driven engine, so there shouldn't be any timing belts to replace. Right, well I think that's it. May as well go and have a look around it, haven't we? Quite a nice day today, showing 20 degrees. Okay then. Well, the first piece of good news is that we've got both keys. Now, judging from those keys, the fact that this isn't keyless means that it must be a Acenta model or an Acenta Premium. Anything like Tecna or n-tec, whatever, would have a keyless, sort of like a rounded off key. Anyway, that's by the by. So this side we've got a, what brand is this? This is a Super Sport Chaser made by Auto Green. Literally never heard of it. But it's on about 5mm of tread. Needs a good clean, but the bodywork's quite tidy. There are two little pressure dents there which should be able to pop out. That's quite tidy actually. See what I mean about the colour though? It's like a very dark sort of chocolate brown. Around this side we've got a very dirty wheel there, full of brake dust, and that is a Delinte. Seems to be sort of wearing on that edge. That might need replacing actually. On about 3mm of tread. They want buffing back. Need a new number plate screw there. That's obviously had some bird muck on it and it's eaten into the lacquer, but I think that should buff out. That's not bad actually, is it? Yeah, this tyre looks a bit low as well. Yeah, so we're on 2 front tyres I think we need, and a good clean. Down this side, apart from it being dirty, actually looks all right. We've got odd tyres then, haven't we? Because on this side we've got a Continental, which, trying to find the date, looks quite old actually. I would guess that's probably a part worn or something. The 39th week of 18. Right, I think we're into 4 tyres then. All these little marks where someone's opened the door onto it will buff out. So I'm not too concerned about that. Moving around the back. You know what, this looks pretty good. Bit of moss or something growing there. Just needs a good clean really, that. Wiper blades not all split. The roof isn't dented, so no one's been up there bouncing. Right, central locking works. And then inside, it's filthy, but it will clean. Usually Jukes of this era have got McDonald's fries under the seats, kids' sweets, the back always smells of spilt milk. There's no point crying over that, is there? We've got some dog hairs back here and it looks like sand. Yeah, it's all a bit filthy really. I wouldn't have kept my car in this condition, I'd have kept on top of it personally, but we're all different. So, yeah, very good clean. Do the struts work? The struts work, but the parcel shelf is missing. This is a common issue on Jukes. They've got this very silly parcel shelf which is fixed onto the rear screen, and the lugs always break like that and that. So I shall have a look on eBay and try and find one. In fact, I think we've got a couple in our storeroom at work. Don't know how they've got there, but they just seem to multiply. Yeah, it's all a bit dirty that, but it will clean. Not overly concerned. Right, I'll pop the bonnet then, I'll show you that in a second. So, in terms of spec, we've got 4 electric windows, I think that's standard. Electric mirrors. What else can I show you that it's got? Oh, it's got sat-nav. You know, I didn't expect it to have sat-nav. So that will have a reverse camera as well. The spanner light's on. Oh, actually, no, the spanner light's not on. It's telling me that it's due a service in 5,900 miles. Bit of key 103 there. We've got a reverse camera. Oh, look at that. It's an unusual spec than this. So I'm guessing a Acenta Premium, I'm guessing. What about service history? Got a full book pack, so we're off to a good start. Right. The book there called Getting the Most Out of Your Juke. Bit of light reading for me later. Okay then, let me just spin the camera around so I don't reveal the previous owner's name or address. Well, the original owner was from Ayrshire, hence the Scottish plates. And the house didn't have a number but a name. That's always quite a good sign. When a house has a name, it's usually a substantial size. Right, service history then. Have a look at this. It's not bad. It's a little patchy. So the first one was at Arnold Clark at 17,000 miles. Then there's another one there that somebody's written in error. Another one at Harry Fairbairn. BMW service. That's unusual. Oil service at 39 in 14. Then 66, 73. Right, that's when it's been a local car then, so it's changed hands in 17. And it's been done in Stockport ever since. 73, 79, 86, 92 in June 20, the year of the lockdown. Had a minor service. Okay, I think I might give this a full service then, because it's been a few years since it's had a full service. 5 years, in fact. We could give it a full service, couldn't we? 2 or 4 tyres. Oh, we've done 109,000 miles. 109,131. Oh, we've got USB points as well. Quite a good spec then, this, isn't it? Right, let's have a look under the bonnet then before we fire it up. It annoys me in modern cars when there are no bonnet struts. There's still a manual bonnet stay like that. The battery looks very old. Apart from needing a good clean, it's actually all right. Should that have an engine cover on it though or not? I'm used to opening a bonnet these days and just seeing plastic. That looks a bit exposed. Let's check the old oil then. Yeah, that wants some fresh oil then. 1.6 petrol, let's see if it's got any mayonnaise under here. No, we're all good. We're all good. I was just thinking in my head, why is there a load of dog hair here? But I think it's cat hair. I think this has had a cat living under it, you know, in the winter when they keep warm. Because that's definitely hair of some description, which makes no sense. Must be a cat. Sound of Japanese quality, that. Let's fire up then. Let's listen to the old girl purr. Well, it sounds quite sweet. There was no timing chain chatter on startup. Sounds all right. Oil good. Nice to know. We've got a quarter tank of petrol. Does my air conditioning work? I'm going to go with no. I'm going to say no. Let's see, shall we? For a second then I thought that was getting cold. I don't think it is. I think we could gas the aircon then, just because we're coming into summer and it's nice to have cool air blowing in your face. Right, well I think we'll take this for a quick spin. See if it's got a clutch in it. The clutch actually feels okay, so fingers crossed. You know what, this isn't so bad, is it? Got some receipts down here. There are no Part X goodies. I was hoping for some Part X little gems. Someone's been to Asda, Stockport. I hate that branch. The car park annoys me. What else is down here? Oh, that's a bit of Juke build quality. I've just tried to reach down there to grab a receipt and I've just dismantled everything. There we go. Clipped it back in. What's this little receipt for? Dobby's Garden Centre. Oh, they bought a buddleia. Very nice. Right, let's take it for... Oh, there's a snotty hanky down there. I think I'll leave that where it was. Right, let's go and take this for a spin. Right, we're all set. Are you excited? Oh, you know what? My air conditioning's... It's trying to work there. I think this just needs a bit of gas. It's not cool, but it's not warm either. Straight away I can say this feels all right. Will it be loose over the bumps? Seems all right so far. Clutch feels quite nice, not too spongy or heavy or low or high. I think I've swum the channel with this. Apart from the service, the tyres, you know, all that sort of stuff, but I can live with that. Doesn't seem to be anything too negative with it, apart from obviously its appearance. Nobody lets you go. Everyone's in a rush. Oh, I sold that car. Such a car dealer thing, that, isn't it? See that car there? I sold that. No one cares. Right, well, it pulls all right. The gears are a little bit sloppy, but it's done 109,000 miles. I guess that's to be expected, isn't it? Well, it goes into every gear without clunking or crunching or any difficulty. See, I just remembered on this era of Juke, you can see how many G we're pulling in corners. The most useless feature ever. So far then, this is stopping, starting, pulling. Right, so what should we do first then? I think, what should we do? I normally would take it straight to my mechanics, but I think on this occasion I might just take it for a quick wash first so it looks a little bit cleaner and better and nicer, and then take it down to my mechanics. I think that's what I'll do. Spend £12 on a mini valet so it looks a bit brighter, and we can see what we've got. And I think I've run it down there for a full service, set of tyres, MOT, and see whatever else it needs. Well, that's quite a short test drive, but there's nothing else really to say. My aircon guy's mobile, so I'll wait until I've got 2 or 3 cars that need doing and ask him to come over and recharge them all. Yeah, right, I shall catch up with you then give me a week. It'll probably take a week realistically. And I should have a fully transformed Juke for you. Well, we're back in my happy place, inside a Nissan Juke. Joking apart though, it's all done. Fresh MOT with no advisory items, fresh service, couple of tyres, all done, ready for its new home. And you know what, for a 12-year-old, 109,000 mile Nissan Juke, didn't need an awful lot doing to it. I was expecting to have a £600 bill at my mechanics with this, but it was just over half that, so I've had a result really. In a second I'll talk you through exactly what they did, but when it was ready there, I picked it up and took it over to the valeters. They gave it a thorough detailed clean, and I picked it up from there this morning, and it looks really good. What's funny about this car is the colour. In certain lights it actually looks a little bit browny, almost like a very dark orange. That's Nissan all over there, they're always weird colours. Most Jukes and Qashqais look black, but they're actually not, they're a very dark, it's almost like an aubergine colour. I photographed this now and advertised it, and I've put it on for 4,295, so there should be a decent profit margin. I do realise I'm quite lucky on this occasion though, because it could have quite easily gone the other way. I'm fairly certain it'll sell quickly too. It might be one of those cars to sell this weekend. This is exactly the sort of stock that I'm selling at the moment. I mean, in fairness, it still looks and feels like quite a modern car for £4,000. If you bear in mind I paid just £2,000 for it, I've spent about £500 on it. So it should leave me with a profit of, well, pre-tax and pre-VAT, of around £1,500. And if that's the case, I'll be over the moon. It's a really good return on investment. What I'll do now then is park up somewhere scenic and I'll talk you through my bills. See you in a second. Right, well I think here will do. And we've got some horses in this field to stare at, but there aren't any. Right, may as well knock off the engine, hadn't I? I've just been down to my mechanics and I've taken photographs of all my bills which I need to pay tomorrow. And some of them make me question why I still do this job. But anyway, we haven't got time for that negativity. The Nissan Juke SA61 YTM. Right then, okay. It's really windy today. I hate the wind. It makes me really ratty and irritable. Irascible. Is irascible a word? Irascible, having or showing a tendency to be easily angered. Quick-tempered. I thought it sounded right. Right. Okay, then my MOT test fee was £40, oil filter £9.50, oil £25, tracking £25. It needed a near side track rod end, that was £28.42. 2 front tyres, they were £110, and the labour was £67. So my total was £304.92. Ah, they've charged me twice here for an MOT. MOT test fees aren't VATable, but they've charged me. I'll query that tomorrow because I haven't actually paid this bill yet. Just goes to show you should always check. Always check. I hate going out for a meal, one of those people who itemise the bill or scrutinise the bill, every last detail, but sometimes you have to, don't you? So the total was £304.92. plus VAT at 20. That doesn't add up at all. I'll figure this out tomorrow, but I've been charged £357.90. So 357.90, 357.90, plus £70 for a valet. That's 427.90, plus the £2,000 I paid for the car, plus £20 of fuel I've just put in it. And the grand total is £2,447.90. It's not bad going, that, is it, really? Like I say, it's on for 4,295. That'll leave me a profit of £1,700. That's very good going, actually. I'm quite pleased. So yeah, all in all, I haven't had a bad Juke experience. Who'd have thought it? I don't want to keep it, though. It is definitely for sale. Well, thank you once again for watching. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done already. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'll leave a link below. Make sure you check out Car Vertical before you hand over any cash for a used car. Use the promo code HIGHPEAK for 10% off. And yeah, cheers guys. Have a good weekend.